Lenovo X1 Carbon 4th gen. We're going to install a new screen, new CPU fan, thermal paste, SSD and a battery. Complete overhaul. Let's go. Alright, let's start. So, we got a new CPU fan. Let's replace that. Clean the old thermal paste. So, thermal paste job, here we go. Thermal cooling. And we need some alcohol. Wipe away the old thermal paste. Straightforward. On the PCH and the CPU component, not too thick, not too thin. This part arrived all the way from France. The customs opened the package. They were concerned. Why am I receiving so many packages from overseas? My home is visited by every courier company you can think of. FedEx, UPS, DHL, all couriers in Australia. Of course the postie. Interesting thing is they all still come at similar time, as if they all have pre-programmed time. They're all very similar. Or they use a very good computer system and they all do similar runs. Very interesting. Okay, so the way you put the CPU screws, you slightly put each side in and then you start squeezing on one side, then the other side, then the other side, etc, etc. They usually have numbers. You can follow the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. It helps it balance and it allows the liquid, the solder paste, to evenly spread out. Okay, so this CPU, this antenna is out a little bit. There we go. Here we click. It is not a perfect timing to do the battery, because when we deal with the screen, the battery needs to be disconnected. Main reason is it adds weight to the body, helps change the screen easier without the laptop falling over. Okay, so that has to go under. This has to go on top. Maybe. Okay. Now the speaker wire. This is not the right. Here we go. Now let's see. This is on top or bottom? We need to figure it out. I think it's on the bottom. Okay, let's remove that speaker wire. So this has some missing screws. We need to make up for it, so that's fine. Okay, now. Okay. So this part is fine. How do we do this part? Okay, so the battery has to go in first. And speaker module on top. Okay. And there it is. Okay, 0.1. Okay, let's wait. The charger is in. Let the battery somehow wake up from its very low power state. Let's keep waiting. Yeah, good. Now there is no fan spin, so motherboard is currently not turned on. So this is definitely charging the battery. 33 watts. Okay. Okay, so now Lenovo does use a bit of glue on the edges. So we want to take it out in a way where we don't melt the plastic in any way. We may use a little bit of heat, especially here. So first thing first, we need to remove these little rubber pads. One, don't lose them. And we're going to use a little bit of glue later to attach them back so they can be reliable and sturdy. Okay. And there is 2 tiny screws on each side. And the LCD bezel is held together by 4 tiny screws. And we're only going to use 2 of those screws because we're going to cut the bottom part out. As you can see, my tool will not go in. Will not go in, will not go in. Okay, so battery is disconnected and no power. Let's go. So make a little insertion because there are clips around it and then the tape on the inner side. Okay, let's find the weak spot. There we go. Let's continue. Okay. Now this screen is damaged. I can be a little rough, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be quite gentle. So I'm going to do about 150 degrees. Maximum air on a large nozzle like this size. Okay, bigger than the standard size. Here we go. Just a little bit. Let the heat do its magic a little bit. So the last thing you want to do is melt the plastic, because if you do, then you'll have a very highly screwed, ugly bezel, which you might have to end up replacing as well, or use a lot of glue to hold it in place. Okay, there we go. Just like that. So 150 degrees is not going to do much damage, and I'm keeping it at a distance, mainly at the screen and not at the bezel itself. If you heat up the screen, it will actually heat up the bezel, so have a little patience. And voila. Let's have a look at our frame. So we can see a slight bend here, which is fine. That's fine. That's perfect. Okay. So 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Now we should be able to just tell the screen to come out. There we go. Now it's ideal to use a little bit of heat here as well, and get ready a sticky tape which you can use to put stick on top of this. The idea of this tape is this is a conductive tape. See, it's grounding the metal frame. At the same time, it's holding that bracket in place. So it's 2-in-1 purpose tape. It's crucial. Not that crucial, but it's important. Okay, so there we go. The screen is out. Okay, I'll put a link on description which screen to buy. That's the screen there. Okay, so first thing first. I saw a fly out. Wow, I couldn't believe it. Okay, literally there was a fly in the screen. He survived the whole time. Okay, all right. Okay, we got a problemo. This is different. Wow. So this one is a different type of screen. This is bullshit. Okay, what do we do now? Now, I don't know if this screen is compatible or not, which I doubt it is. This one has a hinge crack issue, as you can see. That's the hinge on this side and no hinge on that side. Okay. Cross fingers, it's a screen that we can use. Okay, so it's partially disassembled due to the crack. Let's continue on heating it up again. Now we need to be careful about this screen because we want to be able to use it for parts. And we don't care about the bezel for this one. So just take our time, a little bit at a time. So this screen we got for free from the client. We installed a new screen, actually complete top entire panel, since we already had one. But I don't know what screen this one is. Let's see if we made a mistake or not, or if we can fix our mistake. Come on, there we go. Okay. So we're okay for in terms of, oh, we may be lucky in terms of what do you call it, the brackets. It looks okay. Now let's see if our nightmare will be fixed. Come on, man, do your magic. Here we go. It's probably not, most likely not. Let's see. This may be a touch version too, so we don't even know. Let's see. But I do know this screen is new. I mean, it works. Ready, set, dun dun dun. Wow, how lucky is that? Okay, slightly different model number. So the one that we need is that's our faulty one. Exact same model, SPH1, SPH6. Okay. Cross fingers, it will work, but there's another problem, maybe. No, maybe not. Okay, let's try it out. All right, let's see if it's gonna work. Interesting. So this one has the same bracket issue. All right, not a problemo. What I mean by that is if you adjust if you align the top, the bottom does not align. It stays off a bit. So we have to use Dremel tool to give it a cut. Okay, so we're gonna have to shave this if it works. Now, where is my charger? Here we go. it may go pop if it's not compatible. Here we go. Okay, I've had computers where it went pop when I put the wrong screen in, especially on the older models like 15.6 inch or 16 inch, those weird screens. Okay, it is not turning on. Power is not being consumed. Double check it is. It's still all connected. Yep, okay. 20 volts in. Power. Ah, here we go. Oh, the screen is working. Beautiful. Issue with this. The hole's not matching. So if I align the top two, the bottom ones are off completely. See that? The screw will not go in. So what I'm gonna do is what I did on the other one. Okay, I'm done. Now these are some of the new ones I bought. Look at this, giant. So buying a big one helps stop using lots of small ones. One on the left. Okay, let's do different size. So this is no one size. The other one I had to use two different size because there was two different thickness. So there's definitely a slight variation on them. You don't want it to go outside the edges, otherwise it will cover the screen. Next you'll be ripping the bezel out, doing it all over again. So the top is a little bit thinner in this one. Won't risk it, so we'll just use a thinner one. Here we go. Done. Quick notification. Okay, so that's done, and one more thickness. This is a slightly thinner. If you're in the repair business, buy the whole lot, buy all different sizes. Only costs a few bucks, but it will pay off in no time. This glove is done for. It will be the end. We'll throw it out end of the day. Right, okay. We'll need to do one final test before we kind of seal the deal. Okay, so we know this screen is most likely going to work fine, so we'll do the tape. Good old Australia Post tape. There we go. Wonderful. Double side tape. One. You don't normally need this if your screws, all screws are going to hold the screen in place. In my case, only two screws are going to hold it in place. Okay. That's in. That's in. Okay. Done. So, Mr. 512, are you going to work? Okay. English Australia. Now, it may not want to install. Let's see if it will. Probably Windows 11 going through checks. Oh, nice. He's happy. All right. Custom. Ooh, okay. Windows 8. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's go. So this one is compatible. Shift F10. Bring up the command line. Disk part. List disk. Select disk 0. Clean. See you later. Okay. And refresh. Okay. That should now be clean. Yep. Let's go. If you get the alignment wrong, the picture component of the screen will be hidden behind the bezel. So if you're doing it wrong, you might get part of the mouse hiding under the bezel or hiding on the bottom. You can't get the edges wrong as much. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to strip away this guy. Before stripping away, do a nice pressure press. That will ensure that's all welded to the bezel. Tiny little step makes a huge difference. Otherwise you'll get bubbles when you remove this guy. If you get bubbles from the adhesive, then that means you didn't press hard enough. There we go. Okay, let's do this. He's naked, he's nervous. Let's see. In. And mosquito, fuck off. Gentle. Gentle, easy does it. Did I forget anything? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Okay. Okay, beautiful. That is really wonderful. It's flush. And actually the screen entire picture is within the frame. Okay. So now this part here, screws on the edges. Starting services, great. Okay, normally I don't use glue, but now I start to use glue. Makes life a little easier instead of relying on those old adhesives to continue having their stickiness, which they don't. Okay, just your regular glue, nothing fancy. Okay, there we go, done. The other side. Okay, thank you, Mr. Glue. Done. Alright, so thanks for watching. So we've installed the new screen, battery, SSD, what else? Windows 11 and the new CPU heatsink. Everything's running beautiful. It's a beautiful, fantastic machine. Just a bit of cleanup. Yeah, so that was amazing. It was unexpected that the screen was not compatible, but it's okay. We found a way around it, and we'll use the screen that we got for another model or buy another same model and swap the screen around so we make our money back later that way. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support this channel.